Welcome back to the #1 fastest growing MMA media outlet, Overtime Heroics. My name is Jake Foley. With me today is the one, the only UFC fighter, Jamey Munoz. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I don't know if it's good as you, though. You got a lot of energy. I like it.
I appreciate that. I am happy to be here and ready to learn about your MMA journey. I'd like to start off by asking, how did you originally get into mixed martial arts?
Yeah, so my journey started when I was 5 years old. Started doing jiu-jitsu. I fighting MMA was never really something that I thought of doing till maybe about like 9 years old. When I started doing jiu-jitsu, I didn't like doing it. My parents made me do it just like learn self-defense. Train twice a week. Just develop confidence and all that kind of stuff. Never to compete or anything like that. And then I started watching like MMA fights, going with my dad as a kid when he'd go watch the fights. At that time, all the fights were like on pay-per-view. And it was rare that a fight was on back in the day. So every time a fight was on, like everybody's just watching. So yeah, I saw like Pride fighting, like UFC, like Brandon Couture, Rampage, those guys fight. I was like, man, it looks pretty cool. And then, at that moment, like I knew like I could see myself doing that when I grew up to be an adult. And here I am today, doing it and all that stuff. So I'm living proof that, you can start off something as a kid, not like it, but grow to love it. So that's why I always recommend their parents the sense aspect.
And how long was it till you were just training on MMA before you took that first fight?
Like I've always been training throughout the years, but it's more focused on sports jiu-jitsu. But I would probably say, so I fought my first fight, I was 21. So like around 19, 18 years old. So like around there, let me see, when I turned 18, what year was that? 2011. So yeah. So like around there, I was already like kind of training it more full time and to prepare myself for that fight.
And who has been your biggest coaching influence thus far?
Well, my biggest coaching influence, definitely my dad. That's my coach. He goes with me everywhere, takes time out of his day, so I really appreciate him. He's made a lot of sacrifice throughout the years, so definitely I got a lot of different coaches, but like no one, I appreciate him the most just for teaching me this stuff and really being hard on me growing up. So
April 24th, you will be taking on the 7-3 Jamey Simmons. What is your mindset going into this fight?
Yeah, so my mindset on this fight, just go in there and hurt the dude. It's no hard feelings afterwards, hugs, whatever. I'm not the kind of guy that says like, hey, we could go have beers after one. I don't drink. And, after I beat someone up, I don't think it's, it's cool, but like, I'm not the kind of guy, if I finish someone, I'm not going to go over there, hug you, are you okay? Like, we know what we got into, man. Like, if same thing, if that happens to me, like if someone's trying to hug me after they beat me, I'm like, get off me, dude. Like, I don't like all that. It's a sport. We know we both signed the contract, so it's physical. It's going to get rough. It's going to get violent. So I'm looking in there to hurt him, make a statement, and just really put myself on the map. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
And how do you think you matched up stylistically with Simmons?
Yeah, stylistically, I think it's a great matchup. I feel he's more of like a sturdy, strong wrestler type. I've actually never fought like a more of a wrestler in my career. There's been a few, but like at this level, no. So I feel like I match up well against them. Everybody knows I got great jiu-jitsu, and so I mean, if he wants to take it there, it's fine. But anywhere the fight goes, I feel I'm the better fighter, and I'm going to showcase why that is on April 24th.
After 11 pro fights and 3+ amateur fights, has this fight camp felt any differently than the others?
Yeah, this fight camp, I feel it's a lot different, more, I think, in the sense of what I'm thinking, my mindset, you know what I mean? Like, before, all fight camps are always hard, but I feel like this fight camp's been more like, just, like, I don't give a fuck, man, you know what I mean? And just very, like, hostile and, like, violent in a good way, you know what I mean? I'm getting ready for war. I felt like in my previous fights, I never really looked at it, and that was just like I looked at it more like, oh, it's a sport. I'm going to go in there and beat this guy, hurt him, But I think this like fight camp, I'm really thinking like, you know, I'm fighting in there with another man. He's trying to hurt me, so I need to hurt him before he tries to hurt me and put him out quick.
When you're done
So I feel
cutting,
like, you know, I feel real good going in with this mindset.
when you're
Go ahead.
done cutting weight and your fight is over, what is the first food that you'll be going to?
Honestly, after like once I make weight, it's just more hydration. I'm so eating like because getting all the like Pedialyte, all that stuff in me. I don't enjoy like eating all the good food till after I fight because I don't like putting all that bad food into my system. So yeah, after my fight, I'm gonna like pig out for a little bit. Nothing crazy, but maybe like In and Out. That's a popular burger place on this side in California. But the fight's in Florida, so I'm curious to see what kind of food they got. But I'm sure they got some good stuff. Maybe pizza. I've been craving pizza a lot. So
If all goes exactly how you want, no injuries, quick turnarounds, how many times would you prefer to fight in 2021?
yes. So this year I would like to fight at least 2 or 3 more times. If my body feels right, injuries feel right, and yeah, 3 more times. But first and foremost, I want to focus on this fight before I move on. I know I don't like to look past people. This is the current objective, so this is what we got to deal with first. And afterwards, talk to my team manager, see what's the best move for us.
I gotta ask, what is your favorite fight of your own career?
Like my favorite fight out of the fights I've had.
Yeah.
I would probably say my when I fought for the King of the Cage belt against I don't even know how to say the guy, Renson Alatang, something like that. I don't even know if I'm saying his name. He's from Mongolia, but that was probably my favorite fight. It was a hard fight. I won a 5-round unanimous decision. I don't know. It was just something different, going 5 rounds. And, after completing 5 rounds, it does something to you mentally. Like, you're like, oh, it wasn't too bad. Because you hear all these fighters talk about, they don't want to get tired. The 5-round, like, they always get scared of that. So that was always in the back of my head in that fight, but because I did it, I was like, okay, it wasn't too bad. I know I could go the 5 rounds and still be not tired,
And last question I have for you, when you're just trying to get away from mixed martial arts, what do you enjoy doing the most?
It's hard for me, man. I don't really get away from this stuff too much. After my fight, I like to clear my mind a little bit. But for me, I don't know. I like reading a lot, reading books. I like getting outdoors, like camping, fishing, like in the wilderness, doing that kind of stuff. So I think that stuff helps me like just reset my mind and be more at peace. And then it's a good reset. So when I come back, I'm energetic and all that stuff. So definitely outdoors and reading books.
And that's all I have for you today. Thank you once again for joining me. I hope the rest of your training camp goes perfectly and you get a big win on the 24th.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on here. And yeah, everybody watching, make sure to give the page a follow and check out this interview. I appreciate it.
Hope you have a great rest of your night.
You too, man. Take care.
You as well.